Hey guys, Balkan Architect here, and today I'm in beautiful Budapest, Hungary. I'm here for a vacation, but I thought why not create a tutorial. Now, just yesterday they've announced a state of emergency, so...
I'm in danger!
But anyways, as a great man once said, show must go on, and that brings us to this. So this is a building, I think it's like an auto club or something like that. I've seen the building, it looks really cool. Perhaps from this angle you can't see it, the whole shape of the building, but they'll include some images from the sky and just to show you what that looks like. And also I'm going to try to find the information on the architects and leave it in the description of this video below. So anyways, in today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to create a shape of a building like this, how to create the facade that it has, the interesting kind of glass facade that it has, and how all of that is done inside of Revit. Stop. So the video would be too long to explain both how to model the shape of the building as well as the facade. So it's going to be split in two videos. In this one we're talking about the shape of the building, how to model that, and then in a few days you're going to have part 2 where I'm just going to be showing you how to create the facade. Okay, now unfreeze. Now, of course, before we get started, make sure to check out the first link in the description of this video to find my website, balkanarchitect.com. I'm also going to leave it up in the cards above. There you can find all of my courses, you can find some really high quality Revit families, you can find some templates, and there's even a plugin that might interest you as well. Finally, just make sure to subscribe. Not only does it help you not miss any of my future videos, but also it makes the alpaca happy, and let's be honest, that's why we're all here. Okay, so now without any further ado, let's jump into Revit. And here we are in Revit. So let's immediately get started by going to models, then going to new, and then I'm just going to pick out a template. I'm just going to be using my architecture design template. As I said, this is one of the templates I offer on my website, and if you want to check it out, you can follow the link up in the cards above. Anyways, let's now just click OK, and let's let Revit start up. And then what we're going to do immediately is just go to our level 1. Let's get rid of this starting view, and then I'm going to be modeling this using the massing environment. So I'm just going to turn on show mass, and then before we go to in place mass, I just want to load in an image that I'm going to be using as reference. So to do that, I'm just going to open up the south elevation. Then here in the south elevation, let's bring this level 2 up to the top of the building. So I'm just going to rename this. So top. Okay, and then the top of the building is about 30 meters. So I'm just going to type in 3000 centimeters. So there we go, this is what we get. And then let's load in the image. So for that, let's just go here to the Insert tab, and then let's go to Image. And then this is the image that I want to use. So it's not like a perfect elevation image, but it's pretty much there, so I think I can use this as reference. So I'm just going to position it like this, stretch it out a little bit by using these little grips. Make sure that lock proportions is turned on, and also make sure that it's in the background, and we're almost there. And then you can just use the arrow keys to kind of nudge it into the position. So I just want to move it a little bit off to the side like this. You can see here at the bottom we're kind of touching the level 1, and at the top we're almost at the top. There we go, perfect. Okay, so once we have this kind of in check, and now we can go to the massing environment and we can do the rest there. So I'm just going to go here to massing inside and then go to in place mass. Let's just leave it at mass 1, and now let's get started. So the first thing that I like to add here are some reference planes. So I'm just going to go here to reference plane, RP is the shortcut, and let's add a vertical reference plane. Make sure it snaps kind of vertically, and I just like to kind of align it to the inner side of this this kind of shape of the wall, I guess, which turns into a roof, and then the facade, and then the floor, and then I guess a canopy here. So anyways, once we have this done, then let's go to another reference plane, and this one is just going to mark out this level 1. So just here, kind of at this level 1. I just want to kind of keep it there. Okay, so we have this in place, and now I also want to add, or do I need it? Yeah, I think I do need it. So I want to go here into level 1 and just add a horizontal reference plane. So just something like this. So just a horizontal reference plane, and this one I'm going to name it. So you can name it whatever you want. I'm just going to name it ABC, for example. And then I'm just going to use that to host our geometry. So let's go back here to the south elevation, and now to model this shape, I've actually tested out multiple approaches. The one that works best, or one that actually works, is the one that I'm going to be showing you. So just keep that in mind. I tried different approaches to making this shape, and the one that I'm going to be showing you is the one that kind of in the end turned out to work. So let's go. So what I'm going to do now is just go here to spline through points. Now you're going to get this prompt asking you which work plane you want to use, and then you will just want to use that reference plane ABC. So once we've checked that on, now I can start placing this. Now really important is you go here and turn draw on a work plane, and then it's just going to draw on that ABC work plane, and you don't have to worry about placing points on any different surfaces, reference planes, and so on. So anyways, I'm just going to start here from the bottom, so the intersection of level 1, or the bottom, and the vertical reference plane, and then you just want to place a few of these points along the way. So you don't want to have too many, you don't want to have too little, and then you just kind of want to start turning. So again, I'm just going to try to do this with as little points as possible. Obviously, you want to use more points if you want to follow this shape a little bit better. I'm just going to kind of keep it like this. Obviously here, where it curves a bit more, makes sense to place just a few more points, but that's okay. So let's go like this. Okay, we can now extend it, and then we can start going down a little bit, just like that, until we can align it with level 1 here. And there we go. Go to modify just to stop placing that, and this is what we get. So we've kind of created that shape. Now you can also see it in the 3D view. So if you open up the 3D view, this is what that's going to look like. Now if you've seen the images, you will notice that this shape isn't just kind of, if I go back here, it's not just kind of like a perfect shape. It's kind of offset to the side a little bit. This bottom part here, this kind of tail of it, goes a little bit to the outside. So I actually want to mimic that. So how do we do something like that? So what I'm going to do is just come in here, find like an orientation where I can make a selection of these reference points. See all of those that are on the bottom, and perhaps this one as well. Or no, let's leave that one alone. So I just want to come to here, and then let's go to the east elevation. So we're kind of looking at it head on, and then what you want to do is just go to the move tool and move this off to the side by, let's go 150 centimeters, just like that. See, now we have kind of moved this off to the side. Obviously we've messed things up here, and this is what we're going to be fixing now. So you can fix it just like this. So you select the points, and then you just move them off to the side a little bit, just to make that curvature a bit more natural. So this should probably go in a little bit more. This one as well. This one too. Then this one perhaps just a little bit. You zoom in if you can't make it. There we go. Okay, now you can see that it's kind of following a natural curvature. I think we got it to a point where it actually looks good. You can play around. See, for example, this one, we might want to go a little bit towards the outside. There we go. Perhaps this one as well. This one just a little bit, but I think it's kind of getting there. Okay, there we go. I don't want to kind of go too much into this, and as you can see here, it kind of looks natural now. Okay, so once we have this shape created, the next step is going to be to copy this. So you can just go to level 1, make sure this is selected, you go to copy, and then you copy it off to the side. I'm just going to copy it by I don't know, like, let's see, what is this? This is a tower, okay. Let's go 1500, something like that. Let's see. Okay, it might be a bit too much off to the side, so let's move it back in a little bit. Perhaps just a little bit closer. I'm kind of eyeballing it. Obviously, if you're doing this for a real project, you would want to be a bit more accurate. But I think this is starting to look okay. So perhaps just 100 more centimeters. There we go. Okay, so now as you can see, we have two of these parallel shapes. Now we want to connect them. So you connect them by just selecting splines that are, oops, I think we've moved it. Let's see here. Yeah, see, this should definitely move up. So from here to here. There we go. Now it's perfectly aligned. Let's just see like this. Yeah, I think on the south elevation. Oops. One seems to be lower, so let's select that one and then just move it up. So I guess when I was moving it, I messed it up a little bit, but that's okay. I think now we have it completely perfect. Yeah. So it's overlapping here perfectly. Looks good here. Okay, so I think we have it correct right now. Okay, so anyways, now it's time to connect these. So you just come in here and you just want to find kind of corresponding points, and then you just click on spline through points. So it's basically as simple as that. So you're just connecting these with splines. So I know it can be a little bit boring just to have to go through all of these, but yeah, that's the process. Just connect them or select two of them and then click on spline through points, and it basically connects those 2 points. Okay, I didn't do this one. So anyways, I'm just going to skip ahead until it's done. And now we're done. So as you can see, I have connected all of these. Now to complete the shape, what you want to do is you want to select one of the lines. So you can just hover over it, use the tab key just to make sure that you've selected the line itself. Hold the control key, select the other line, and then go to create form. Now what you can do is you can try selecting more of these. I've tried that, and then when I click on create form, sometimes it works. As you can see here, now we have this surface, which looks good, but sometimes it doesn't. So I don't know, you can try it, and then if it works, perfect. If it doesn't, you will use the second approach. So the second approach is you just connect 2, or in this case I've connected 4, but anyways, then to add, you just hold the control key, add one more line, and then you go to create form, and then it kind of connects that as well. Again, you select that, select another line, select that, select another line. So as I said, I've tried multiple approaches. This seems to give me the correct result almost always, so that's why I'm just showing you this one. The other ones seemed kind of buggy. Now at some point it might give you issues such as this. I don't know. Yeah, so as you can see, it goes up and then overlaps down. So that's annoying. So I'm just going to go back one step, and then what you would do is you would just select this line, so just the line itself, select this line, and then let's try a few more, and then you can start a new surface from there. So we have this surface, and then we have this surface. So that's basically what we're doing. So again, hold the control key, add one more, create form. One more, create form. So wherever you have these kind of big curves, it's going to start to mess things up. I tried selecting the path, but for some reason it doesn't want to work, so that's why I'm showing you this particular approach. So let's see here, let's try, will it work for this one? Let's hope it does. It does. And then I think it's going to start messing it up now. Oh, it's not. Well, that's cool. Okay, here, as you can see at this point, it kind of gives up. And then it's easy to just connect these. So you can just go from this one to this one, create form, and then just a straight form. Okay. And then from this with this, connect, create form. And then you can, well, let's not skip any of the steps. Let's just make sure it looks correct. one more. Again, I'm just using the tab key here. There we go. Okay, so this is the shape that we get. Well, we have 3 of these shapes, but the end result is now we have the whole thing. Perhaps if I go to shaded, nope, realistic, nope, it still doesn't. Okay, here it gives us a little bit of shading, but anyways, you get the point. So anyways, now once you're done with this, you just go to finish mass, and it's going to look like this, and this is exactly what we want to see. Now, when it comes to turning this into actual Revit geometry, what you'll notice is that when you go here to massing inside, if you try to use a roof, it's not going to want to work wherever you have vertical parts. So here we have a vertical edge, and here again, somewhere here we have just a slight vertical edge, so it's not going to work there, only here. So, and because of that, I just go with the wall. And then for the wall, let's use the, I don't know, the exterior wall, I guess. And then we can just pick these out. Now, actually, for this thing, you can see here it's kind of messed up. Here it went to the outside, here to the inside. I actually wanted to go to the outside. So you can select this one and then just change the finish face to interior. There we go. And then you can do the same thing with this one. Finish face interior. And now it's just going to kind of flip it there. And then obviously you can select the wall, want to make it thicker. I don't know. Yeah, we can say, okay, 130 here. Click OK. So it's just going to make it a bit thicker. That's the idea. Did it do that? I guess it did. Okay. So there we go. That's how you create this shape. Now to add floors, you have a couple of options. You can model just that kind of shape that goes inside of this, and then use that as a mass, and then go with mass floors. Or, in my opinion, you don't really have to do that. You can just simply lay out floors here. So basically, just go to let's first add the levels, I guess. So we don't need the image anymore, so I can just hide it, for example. Okay, and now we can just add more levels. So let's go here to copy 1 to here, and then go up by, I don't know, like every 300 centimeters. Okay, so once we have these levels, we have to make sure that they're actual floor plans. So let's go here to floor plan, and let's add all of these. Oops, so you just hold the shift key to select more of them, floor plan, okay, and boom. Okay, now we have the floor plans. So let's open up floor plan number 4, or level 4, and then here you can see, because of the shape of the building, we have to model that floor kinda like I don't know, something like this, perhaps. Yeah, but that works. So I'm just going to go like that. Okay, there we go. And then we have just the floor. You can move it in a little bit if you want, but that's okay. And now we have a floor there. This is exterior decking. Let's make it, I don't know, we can have it like a wood floor, I guess. Okay, so once you have one of these floors, then it's just easy to go to copy, paste, align to selected levels, and then go to, let's just do all of them, and then we'll see where we need it and where we don't need it. So we don't need it here. Here, we might use it, I don't know. I'm just going to delete it for now. And then for all of these, you could just kind of adjust it. So as you can see, this is kind of a manual approach. As I said, you can use the massing approach, but this just gives you kind of a quicker result. In my opinion, for this particular building, obviously. If you have a more complicated building, you could use that massing approach with the massing floors. But for this, because it's fairly simple, fairly straightforward, I think just doing it manually like this, it's going to give you a much better result. And also one more thing, when you see this kind of where it looks kind of broken up. I don't know, it looks weird, this texture. So that's because we can still see the mass. Now if you go here to view, or sorry, masking site and show mass, if you turn that off, sometimes it's going to turn off, but in some cases it doesn't. So then you can just go to your visibility graphics overrides, find mass, and then turn that on or off if you want. Oh, in this case it's turned off. Okay. So anyways, and I think this one is kind of popping out. So let's go there, bring that in. And just one more trick that I want to show you for this part 1. If you want to hide these ugly lines here where the joins are, what you can do first is just make sure to join all of this geometry together, just like that. Okay, here it's not going to join. Okay, and then you just go to the line work tool and you set it to invisible lines, and then you can just you click twice and it's just going to make those lines disappear, and it's all going to look much cleaner. Okay, there we go. Same thing goes here and here as well. Okay, let's try this one as well. Perfect. And there we go. So now we have the shape of the building in question, and then in part 2 I'm just going to be showing you the facade. If you want to get this project file, you can find it on my Patreon page, which I'm going to link up in the description of this video below, and then also up in the cards above. Thank you for watching, guys. Make sure to check out my website, balkanarchitect.com, for more Revit courses. There I have over 120 hours of content, and I'm adding more each week. Make sure to subscribe for more videos, and also I've added a video over there that might interest you as well.